Hi guys, Burnout Culture. As promised, I'm just going to go through my current collection of ZX Spectrum games. Now, these sort of particular bunch, I'm not saying that they're the best games on the system or anything like that. They're just purely the ones that I have retained for whatever reason, and always play again and again, always come back to. And, you know, each and every one in its own little way holds, just little nostalgic gems to me, and they've all got a little bit of history behind them, and I'll briefly touch on a little bit of that with as we go through them. So there's not too many. I'll try not to bore you too much. We'll just kick off with a couple of Imagine versions of these of Konami titles. Now, Hypersports, everyone knows Hypersports. What a brilliant game this is. I remember this back in the day. I think I even played it in the arcade. I think it was it called Hypersports? I think it was Hypersports in the arcade. But this, this Imagine version comes in this slightly bigger plastic case, and it's even got the little instruction slip there. Look. I love these little sort of thicker plastic boxes as opposed to the normal sort of standard cassette boxes. They're really good. They're a little bit more expensive, harder to come by, but yeah, what brilliant little game is that. And similarly, definitely played this in the arcade. Same box style by Imagine again. Kung Fu. Little memory for this. We used to go to back when they used to let you through into the departure lounge at Leeds Bradford Airport. Me and my grandma used to go up and watch the planes take off years and years ago, and they had the Kung Fu arcade machine in there, and yeah, wow, we used to spend some time and 10 pences on that. But the speccy version's as good as out. I mean, it's a simple little fighting game anyway, so I mean, there's not much, I don't think, to choose between the different versions of it anyway, but it's really good little game. Absolutely fantastic is that one. Another couple of sort of bigger box plastic games. This again, another arcade favourite of mine, Rolling Thunder. Does everyone remember this in arcade? Brilliant game this. I've got this on arcade version of this somewhere on MAME, I think. Again, it's a speccy version. Is really good. I think this were it's quite renowned as this version by Namco. It's just a really good game. Anyone from my sort of era will remember that one for sure. This one's actually a 4-pack called Conflict Command. It's got 4 games on. Again, some classic titles on there. Green Beret, brilliant game. Very difficult, as is Army Moves. But we've got the Psycho Soldier. Don't really remember that one from back in the day. In fact, I'm not even sure I've played it too much. Look, have I loaded it? I can't remember that. But I think the reason why I've kept this is obviously for Great Escape. Anyone that hasn't played that, that's really good. Sort of like a isometric game. So, more or less following the film. Really, you've got to escape from the German camp. Really good. So that's a nice little 4-pack of games there. Next one, 3 games of note that are certainly better and enhanced on the 128K now. So this is definitely one of the best games, I think, certainly to have a 128K version, and that's Taipan, by Ocean. Really good adventure game this, with loads of content. Not sure you can see, it's a bit small, isn't it? But yeah, this has got the 48K version on it, but the 128K is, it's miles, but I think it loads up all in one, and you've got extra sound, etc. But that really is, take it from me, one of the best games on the Spectrum. Full stop is that one. Brilliant game. Now these two are actually 128K exclusives. Another game from Ocean. This is probably one of the best isometric games on the Specky, where time stood still. Again, really good adventure, isometric adventure game. This, you need. I'm guessing everyone that's got a Spectrum will probably, if they don't own it, will have certainly played it. But it's well worth having in your collection. This, it really is. Like I say, 128 only. And another one that I used to play back in the day that holds quite a bit of nostalgia for me. Again, 128K only is Turn Our Nog. Oh, adventure. This is one of them games where I played round. We used to play it round at my mate Alex's house. Don't think we ever completed it, but I remember spending a shed load of time on trying to finish it. I need to play this again. It's a bloody brilliant game, is this? So yeah, this comes highly recommended. I think that you can get this in the bigger box, the original box, which is bigger. I think last time I was struggling to sort of see many copies of that, but happy to have it anyway, even in a small box. A couple of fighting games, probably not the best versions, but again hold nostalgic memories for me. Just standard version of Double Dragon. Probably not everyone's favourite on the Specky, but you know what I mean. I loved it. I really did. And Double Dragon for me, it's one of the best fighting arcade games of all time. Just so many memories of being a teenager playing this in arcades. You know, you'd go to arcade. Oh, gotta find Double Dragon. So yeah, it's a must on every format for me. Is that one? And another one, little story behind this. We used to finish school, and again, me and my mate Alex would go to a crazy little role-playing stroke arcade called Smash and Grab. It used to be at the top end of Bradford. Obviously, been gone many years now. But they had two arcade games in there. This was one, and the other one was one of the. Wow, Dragon Ninja was the other one. I ain't got that at the moment on Specky, but it is good. This one was Shadow Warriors. This version ain't particularly good on the Specky, admittedly. I prefer it on the Amiga actually. But again, I think I got this for about 99p, so I had to have it. But for me, it's more the arcade memories more than anything really matter to this. But again, I've got on there just to play it, just evoke so many of them old memories. But yeah, just good to again having the collection. A few more titles of note to whiz through. Anyone that hasn't played this, highly recommended. Amarote, really good game this. Again, isometric. Comes highly recommended is this one. Lot going on, lot of content, and it really sort of keeps you hooked, this game. So if you haven't heard it, just again, it's dirt cheap. You're talking a couple of quid with this one. Pick this one up. Game that I actually had this on the Acorn Electron back in the day. Lovely challenging little game is this, Thrust 2. Look at that with the old boots. Is $1.99 bloody price tag on it. I'm sorry if that light's shining on the cassette boxes, by the way. I've had to put the room light on because it's so dull today. But yeah, another really nostalgic game for me, this one. Brilliant game. Another adventure game that comes highly recommended, Nightmare. I think this is part of a set. There's some different titles. I think there's either a sequel or a prequel to this. But yeah, it was from the. Yeah, if anyone remembers the TV show related to this one. But yeah, like a text-based adventure, but really good. Really good. I had loads by Ricochet. And everyone remember them little sort of leather style cassette boxes what we always keep to Specky games in. And about 4 or 5 of them are full of these, but Ricochet, yeah, Had loads by them. 2 games here that I've played to death back in the day and absolutely loved them and love them to this day. ATV Simulator and Barbarian. You'll all know these two, won't you? I mean, they're just brilliant by Codemasters, like loads by Codemasters as well. Fantastic. Barbarian and Barbarian 2, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant game on any format, that. You know, 8-bit or 16-bit. Great. And this is really frustrating. It's if you get frustrated easily, don't play, end up throwing controller through the screen or something. But yeah, brilliant game. Love them both. Look at this there, from what year's on it? It's got to be 1987 on it. Horace Gorski, and everyone's got to have a Horace game in your Specky collection, haven't you? For me, this was best one. I've had a few Horace games, but this is bloody brilliant. This, it really is. So simple. You know, it's only, I think it was coded on 16-bit, wasn't it? So, sorry, 16-bit, 16K. But yeah, wow. It's just, you know, it's one of them sort of forerunners, wasn't it, for Specky, that, but brilliant little game. Now, this is a really, really good game, and it took me a while to work out why it doesn't load. Now, I think this is part of like a trilogy of games, is this, and I couldn't get it to work on my +2, and I found out later on that it only loads on 48K, does this one, or it's 128K +2 and not the +2A like my version, like the black version of the +2. But I think it only works on 48K. Now, also, I've been led to believe you can actually get a 128K version of this. Correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong on that. But there's something quirky with this title where it only works on certain machines. There's nothing, so I'd have to dig out my 48K, but in reality I can't be arsed pulling all that out and connecting everything up. But I need to do some more research on that. But I just thought I'd show that because apparently it's really highly recommended, is this one. It really is. Now these last, how many is there yet? These last 5 games for me are probably the biggest nostalgia hits. They're just the amount of time that I've put into these games over the years. It must be into hundreds and hundreds of hours, because you know they were just so good. To me, these 5 games are the epitome of what a game should be, and the reason why you know 8-bit was, you know, so good. You know, it encompasses everything about what was good on the 8-bit, certainly the Specky, and that's obviously, look at this, Robocop. That game, completed that game, as I'm sure most people did, just played it absolutely to death. I remember, I've got pictures of me that my mum took back in the day when I'm actually, I'll show that sometime. I'm actually sat playing it back, you know, back in the bloody day when it was, and then you got like you got a sticker. It was like a police shield, and it's on, you can see it on the tables and playing. I stuck it on the end of my playing desk. But yeah, wow, memories galore with that one. This again, completed it. I got downloaded the map. I managed to retrieve the map somehow, not download it because there's no bloody internet, was there? But I managed to get the map. Probably copied it out of a magazine at the time and completed the game. But it's Aliens. I mean, I love absolutely everything to do with Aliens anyway. I mean, that film per se, probably one of my favourite top 5 films of all time. So I've got loads and loads of stuff on Aliens. But this game's so atmospheric as well. I mean, to say this on the Specky as well, it is actually a scary game. If you were to play this on your own, you know, there's so much suspense when you're waiting for the aliens to appear on any particular screen. I mean, it's just bloody brilliant. It really is. And again, another ricochet. But yeah, you must have played this. If you haven't, you've got to get it. It's just ace. It really is. Top-notch game, that. Everyone will remember this one. Back to Skull, the sequel to Skull Days, obviously. Played both of them to death, but Back to Skull was the one that I seem to remember putting the most time in. Absolutely iconic title. Just played it and played it and played it. I loved it. Hours and hours just playing it over and over again. Funny, really funny game as well. Yeah, wow, iconic or what? And then these two, whoa, bloody hell. Again, literally used to go around to my mate's house, and we'd play it today. And it don't come any simpler than these two and all. I mean, these are stripped down, sort of super simple titles. This is actually, West Bank is actually an arcade game known as Bank Panic, which is probably, I mean, anyone that hasn't played this, all you've got is 3 doors, okay? And you've just got to shoot the bad guys and not shoot the innocent sort of people that are just. So you're in a bank, you're the bank teller, and you've got sort of bad guys, bandits coming in, but you've also got innocent people just trying to deposit their money. So it's okay, as the doors are open, you shoot the bad guys and don't shoot the innocents. But talk about addictive. That is one, you know, I'm quite sure when I say that I've probably played that, one of the most games I've ever played in my life is that most time. You can just put it on and it never grows old, you never get bored, and you can just play it for like hours and it gets faster and faster and faster, and it's just brilliant, it really is. And the last one of all, probably the simplest game, and this is, you don't see this much, but at the moment, you see, I'll give you the history. I'll show you it anyway, and then we'll talk through it. But it's a game called On the Bench. So all you non-football lovers out there will instantly switch off. Ugh, that's not. But for me, this was so good at the time, and I remember spending countless Saturday afternoons where you've got a football team. And you run the whole, you play the whole season, and the game, the matches are almost running real time, as it were, where the minutes are ticking away. You play the full 90-minute matches, but scaled down, obviously. But you can play a whole season in a good full afternoon, and as you say, your team climb up the table, but there's so many sort of detail in it, like transfers and ticket prices and silly little things like stuff like crowd trouble, fines, and like tuck shot money that you're getting in, and it's all adding to the club's sort of overall takings. It's so good, and I have honestly had this game since the 80s. It's never left my possession, and it's a prized possession for me, and it's such a simple little game. But it were, I'd put it this way: I'd play this before I'd pick up FIFA 18. That's what it means to me. I mean, I've fallen out with football at the minute anyway. I go through phases where I love football and then I switch off from it. But when I do come back to football, this is always a game that I pick up and play. It's just great. It really is. If you can bag a copy of this somehow, just get it. Like I said, I didn't see too many copies. I think I saw either Commodore or Amstrad, but I didn't see it on the Specky. But I'm sure you can easily get it. But yeah, so they're my iconic games, guys. I hope there's some in there that hold similar nostalgic memories for you. There's probably titles in there, like I say, that you guys don't read into. It's purely personal for me, but it's just an insight into why I love the Spectrum so much. It was one of my first first machines that I had. I think it's all like went in this order. I got me Electron, got me Specky, then Master System. I think it was in that order. But yeah, just a brilliant games. But there's a wealth of titles that are equally as good as well, and I'm sure you've all got your own sort of set of games. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed that little sort of nostalgic trip there as much as I did. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and please leave any comments. Cheers, guys. Take it easy. Bye.